Hey guys, my name is Christy and this is my Crafty Country. In today's video, we're going to be kicking off our Easter decorations, and we're going to start with this fun Easter egg wreath. I used two wreath forms here, but the second one was only to hold the eggs in place while I was gluing and getting everything where I needed it. So I picked out these eggs I got from Dollar Tree last year. I haven't seen these particular ones this year yet, but they always have so many different kinds. Just pick whichever ones float your boat. And I used some of the moss to put in between and underneath to kind of make it look like a bird's nest type of deal. And then I put the second wreath form on top, and that way I was able to flip it so I could tuck everything in where I needed it, and then just apply hot glue very carefully to the back and attach the eggs first, and then I just went through and started putting hot glue all over the back, and then just kind of pushing the moss up into the glue very, very carefully. If you have sensitive hands, I'm used to burning my fingers with the hot glue, so I don't feel it as much anymore. But Dollar Tree does have like the rubber silicone finger protectors. You might want to check those out. But after you get all of your eggs and your moss glued into place, you can flip it back over and take your wreath form off. And here I actually tucked everything down where I wanted it, applied hot glue where I needed to, and then went to work on my gnome. So the first thing I did was I scraped the star off of his hat, because this was one of the Christmas gnomes, but I mean, once you take the star off and you go to paint him, you can never tell he was Christmas gnome. So I got his hat sanded down smooth, and then I applied white paint to the hat because I thought I was going to be doing a lighter color, and I wanted to cover up the lines where they had the stars, like the outlines of the stars. Turns out I ended up doing the hat purple, so I wouldn't have had to do this step, but hindsight's 2020. So if you're going to be doing a light color, I recommend put a coat of white chalk paint. If you have chalk paint, chalk paint's good and thick, and it covers well. So here I'm just using regular acrylic paints from Dollar Tree, and I mix some of the white and purple together until I get the right lavender color I wanted, because obviously with Easter you want pastels. So I got that all mixed up, and then I painted his hat and his little feet this beautiful purple color. Now that his body and his hat are all painted, I went to work on the beard, and obviously I just used the white. You can use whatever color you want, but I just did a white beard, and then I used some of the goldish brown, I can't remember what color it was, but some brownish acrylic paint, and mixed it with the white until I got kind of the right skin tone I was looking for to paint the nose. Once my gnome is all painted, there were parts I had to do two coats on, so just use your own judgment on that. But I went to putting yellow polka dots on his hat and his shoes, or his legs. So all I did was, just like I did with the purple, I mixed the white and yellow acrylic paint together until I got the pastel color I wanted. And then I used one of the circle sponges and did polka dots all over his hat. So now, with these, on some of them, I did have to go back in and do a second dab on the polka dots, because with the acrylic paint, you don't get as thick of a cover. It's not as thick of a paint as chalk paint. So if you want it to just do one coat, you may want to use white chalk paint with yellow acrylic, and that'll thicken it up some. But After I got done with that, I went around with the black ink Waverly chalk paint and just did the edges, because in my opinion, you should always edge these signs, either with black or white. I think it just makes it look so much better, kind of makes it pop and gives it more of a finished look. So once he is all painted up and dried, I just used some hot glue and attached him to my wreath, and this guy was ready to rock and roll. Pretty easy, and that is all I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe and click the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you guys on the next one.